Hey guys, Anthony 4x4 Diesel. Yeah, the one with the dirty big Daco sticker on the front. You know the one. Okay, so remember 220,000 Ks. We know what can happen if you leave it longer than this. And before I tell you about this one and what's going to go wrong here, I'll just quickly tell you about the one from yesterday. And mate, I might need you to confirm some information. So the one from yesterday, it was also a 120 Prado, 2008, right?
Correct.
2008. It's about 150K, or has it got
148?
So we'll just say 150 to keep it simple. 150K, and guess what? How many injectors were stuck again? Was it?
2 injectors.
Two injectors. So the blow-by was just starting. So 2 injectors were stuck, because what happens at the start is it kind of like welds the injector in there, and then later when it takes out the O-ring, the oil comes down and sort of loose. It gets messy, but kind of loosens it up over time. So if you've got blow-by, you kind of like going to need to leave it there a long time so you can get the injectors out, but leave it there a long time, it'll block your oil pickup, and then you'll need a new engine anyway. So trying to help you here. It's not just these engines. This is what we work on. These are one of the best. I'm trying to just share the information so you understand it, general information, and then you can adapt that, make it work on your vehicle, whether it's a petrol or diesel or whatever. So 2 days in a row. So the lesson is 150K. 2008, so that's 14 years. So it's obviously done a lot of short trips, stop start, stop start, stop start, stop start. Do you get it? Things heating, cooling, movement between, okay, the injector, the nozzles, what are they made from? Steel, right? They're steel, like, you know, mold steel, whatever. The head is made from alloy. The seats are made from copper. Guess what? All different materials. They heat up at different rates, which causes movement issues between them, right? That's what happens. We know that. We know that from like the rotary engines, you know, what a problem they were with oil and water leaks, because it was alloy cast, whatever, if I remember correctly. We're going back a lot of years now. I learnt that one back in, that was in tech school, even before apprenticeship days. So look, at the end of the day, 7 years, 170 is the recommended. It's a general recommendation. Now, for people that want to listen, people want to learn, just subscribe and turn the bell on. Do yourself a favour and do someone else a favour and share the videos to them, whether it's on an email or a text message to your friend or on a Facebook group or somewhere else, you know. What we need to understand is that is the general recommendation. So for the 120s with the older type injectors, those should be changed by about 150 or still 7 years, not 14 years, you know. So you know, that engine wouldn't have been running too well, even though it appears to be running well, it's not running well. Same with this one. This didn't appear to be running well, and it was really not running well. But this is 220K. What do we got so far? So number 2 came out, right? So this is the 220K one, let's be clear. So number 2 came out. Mate, you might explain to everyone what's going on with the others.
The others stuck.
All 3 stuck. 220,000 Ks, they're all stuck. That's a pretty simple way to put it. I like it. They're stuck. So we're going to do our usual magic. It's in other videos, so I'm not going to waste your time and, you know, show you how to get a stuck injector out. We've got that in other videos. We've got it in a lot of detail in the VIP group. So if you've got an old 120 and you want to avoid situations like having to replace the engine, stuck injectors, and you're going to get into it, then you need to get onto our videos, watch the inject information playlist, gather some information, see if you like the way I roll, if you want to buy parts. We're changing the parts a little bit, actually. We said parts day's Monday. Guess what? From now on, it's Monday morning is preferred. So Melbourne time, Monday morning, 8 a.m. till 11 a.m. And then, because we're calling it at 11 a.m, please don't message in the afternoon. We're going to try and get some work done. We're going to also extend it to Tuesday. So Tuesday, suspension day, 8 till 11, and Wednesday as well. But we're going to be a lot more casual. The way it used to work was, you message me Monday, I send you the order Monday, you pay Monday, I pack it Monday, we send it Monday. Well, guess what? We're just going to relax a bit. So if you wanted to enjoy that sort of customer service, the time has passed. So what you need to do now is, if you message me first thing Monday and I send you the order and you pay for it and I get it packed because you were first, then it might even get sent Monday or Tuesday, or it might get sent Wednesday. Depends what happens and how organised everyone is. I might just wait till Thursday to send all the packages. Who knows what's going to happen, but I'm going to dedicate an hour or two each morning, Monday to Wednesday. I suggest you get in earlier the better in the week, because if you leave it till Wednesday 11 o'clock and the payment doesn't come through till Thursday, and I've already got other plans for Thursdays and Fridays, so it won't be getting sent until the next week. If you're not in a hurry, that's fine, but just wanted to let you know things are changing a little bit, and I'll mention it again in some other videos. So There is, if you search stuck on our YouTube channel, you'll find the best ways to get stuck injectors out. If you're going to do your injectors and you get the parts from me because you want to know you're going to get brand new, genuine, not other brands, not counterfeit, not old stock, not the wrong injectors, all that sort of thing, you're going to get all the right parts the first time, then you'll get in the VIP group, and I suggest you use it. Do a lot of research, a lot of practice, lots of videos. I love it when I see the new members pressing like on all the oldest videos from 3-4 years ago, right? In that Facebook group, there's some really old information that not many people see. You've got to dig down deep, and some really good info, because I'm not going to keep going over and over again. It's already there. The stuff that's on YouTube, that's only in the last couple of years, but it is private in the VIP group. But that's the latest info. That'll get the job done, but you're missing out on all those other tech tips. A lot of the videos and info is posted direct on Facebook in the VIP group. So don't think, oh, all this is just, no, you got to dig deeper. So well done to all the people doing their study. We're going to go ahead and get these injectors out, and we'll show you what they look like once they're out. Okay, there's one of them on the bench. See that really dry bit? That what makes them stuck? And here's the next one before the oil hits it, right? That's why I wanted to sort of try and get to it quickly, rather than just show you once they're out. Right, mate, you keep working on that other one, right? This is taking us hours and hours, half a day to get them out. No, I'm joking, not quite that much. It's a bit of work, but you can see where the seats have been leaking. The compression's blowing up the injector, not good. And that, see that sort of yellowy color? That is like so stuck. You can see this one, how much more twisting had to happen, how tight it is. There's only one way. These are original injectors. You can see the original stamp on the side of them. Right, and last but not least, lucky not as bad. Look at that, right? So that one came out. So they should look like this. They shouldn't look like that or that or that. These are 220k. Lucky that it's not worse. You know what happens at 230k? Do you know what happens at 230k? You better go and check our playlist. There's one called 2007 120 Prado engine orbit dead or something. Just scan through. There's only, what is there, 30 playlists? Only take you a minute to scan through till you see the one that says something about a 120 Prado with 230,000 Ks. Watch that. There's 7 videos. Watch it start to end. And I'll tell you what, mate, the owner of this vehicle, he better thank his lucky stars and say some more prayers, because obviously it worked this time, because that one's good. That one's good. These two are lucky just in time, so we know we don't need to check the oil pickup, because there's no carbon here. Do you get it? Does anyone get it yet? There's all these people checking oil pickups. Now, if you've got a petrol's a problem engine, mate. All the gum from the petrol getting in the oil, you need to have regular oil changes. I recommend every 5,000 Ks on petrol engines. Diesels, believe it or not, the engine oil stays much cleaner. You can see it right here. That's engine oil all over those nozzles there. That's not black. It's got a bit of discoloration, so you get a little bit of soot in there. Okay, that's mainly from the exhaust gas recirculation. But the oil stays very clean. It's different what's contaminating. The diesel fuel is already oil, so it's actually really clean. It's just that bit of soot in there. If you didn't have exhaust gas recirculation, you'd be able to do oil changes every 50,000 Ks. Anyway, let's not go there, depending on the quality of the oil. I'm exaggerating a little bit, of course. But the point is, the one yesterday, it was similar to this, only 150,000 Ks, right? So there's variables. So when we say 7 years 170, one of the guides for that recommendation is these seats, how long they're going to last. We don't want this. That's why we say 170. And yesterday it was at 150, although it is uncommon, right? But it can happen. So my best gauge is 170. Now, let me give you some more info. If you do short trips, bring it down to about 150. If you've got an older vehicle, bring it down to 150. If you've only done, for example, 90 or 100,000 Ks in 8 years, then you're probably okay. So 7 years is probably a bit soon if you've done nowhere near 150,000 Ks. But then the injector's just, so that this is the seats leaking perspective, okay? So you could do highway Ks and get away with 250,000 Ks without these leaking. If you're doing, say, 70, 80,000 Ks a year, I reckon you could do 80. What's the word? 80, 160, 240. I'd go as far as to go 3 or 4 years, 240, 320k without these seats leaking, if they're factory, or if we've done them and they're done just as good or better than factory, which is what we do, right? So that you don't have this problem. But the age and everything, it's just, yeah, they're not going to last. I can tell you, these have never been out. I can just tell you from experience, these have never been out. That's why they've leaked. This is how long they take to leak. Now, For those that missed all the other videos, a little bit more info. The proper procedure when checking the valve clearance every 40,000 Ks is to remove these injectors and replace those seats. And if that happened and it was done properly, this would never happen. Excuse me. But what would happen, you're taking the pipes off, and we've demonstrated in other videos the risk of contamination is way too great, and it's also written in the workshop manual, the risk of contamination. See the bit of crap and rust on the inlets there? You know, these are not too bad. This one doesn't go off-road, and that's how good it is, right? So the risk of contamination to the inlet of the injector here is too much. You can even see all the rust and dirt debris on the bench where that injector was. Let me just push it a bit. See all that crap there? But there's too much risk that any of that dust in the air, dirt off the pipes, off those is going to get into the injector. And we know that this doesn't happen for a long time. And we know that valve clearances don't go out of check unless maybe you got a catch can because you refuse to accept the fact of the matter from the workshop experience that they can cause a number of issues and they're not needed and you're better off without them, okay? You're better off with less EGR flow too, but we've talked about that in other videos. Less EGR flow, not no flow, did you hear what I said? Not no flow, less EGR flow works really well. Anyway guys, I think that's a video. I hope you understand what's going on. This one got lucky. Next step, it's a really common pattern that at 230,000 Ks, these have got blow by and there's mess up. It's really common. I've been doing this for years. Really, really common. 230K is super danger zone. That's why we say 7 years, 170. If you've got a 120, it's 7 years or 150,000 Ks, whichever comes first. If you've got a 150 and it's an 09, 10, 11, 12, probably hasn't got full DLC. They're well overdue. They need to be done if they haven't been changed. Once you've got the full DLCs, or if you've got a 2013, 14 or 15, you can probably, your injectors are good for, I'm going to say about 200,000 Ks. They're really, really good. They're as good as the injectors in the 1GD, okay? Let's be clear here. They're different, but they're really good. The life of them is absolutely awesome, and the reason you're getting them out is to change these seats. So if you want to save money, and you think you can clean everything up enough and make sure no contamination gets to the injectors, and you want to just put seats underneath them, because you've got a 2014, 15, you can go ahead and do that if you want to save money and you're sort of prepared to risk it and you want to save an extra, sort of $2.5 grand on injectors and pipes, whatever. You'll still need all the other gaskets and bits. You can go ahead and do that. It doesn't bother me. I don't need to sell you injectors. I'm here to sell you injectors to save you from getting the wrong ones, the bloody counterfeit stuff, the remanufactured, the other brands. Just a brand new, genuine product, which is what we supply, and all the right procedures. It's not just about the parts, it's about the procedures need to be right, and when you get stuck, the right solutions. That's what we've got in the VIP, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe, turn the bell on. We're out here. See ya.